Let me ask you something before we begin. Have you ever seen someone walk away from everything? Not because they were lost, but because they finally knew where they were going. 15 years ago, the internet accidentally witnessed something like that. It wasn't a hero, it wasn't a leader, it wasn't even human. It was a penguin, a bird that cannot fly, a creature designed to survive only by staying with the group, a life from whose instincts are built around one rule: never walk alone. And yet, one penguin broke that rule. In a documentary by Werner Hergos, there is a moment so strange that scientists still don't fully understand it. A group of penguins is marching towards the ocean, their only source of food, their only chance of survival. Then one penguin stops. He turns his body, he turns his back on the ocean, and he begins walking towards the mountains. Not toward water, not toward warmth, not toward life. For the next 70 kilometers, there is no food, no shelter, no escape, just ice, stone, and certainty. Biologists say there is no evolutionary reason for this behavior, no survival advantage. This penguin is choosing death. The narrator says something even more unsettling. If you pick him up and place him back with the group, he will turn around again and continue towards the mountains, again and again and again. This clip appeared in my feed for days. Like most people, I skipped it. It felt uncomfortable, unexplainable, almost pointless. Until one day I stopped. I watched the entire documentary and suddenly I understood why this penguin became legendary. Because hidden inside this 2-minute scene are 4 lessons that ancient Japanese masters spent their entire lives teaching. Lessons the samurai carved into philosophy, discipline, and blood. You may have seen this video, but I promise you, you did not see it. The first lesson is awakening. At the moment the penguin turns around, something strange happens. He stops being a bird and becomes a mirror. I saw someone who did everything right, followed the rules, stayed with the group, survived, yet felt an emptiness no food could fill. The Japanese called this emptiness munashisa, the hollow feeling that comes from living a life that isn't truly yours. The samurai believed every human reaches a moment called Satori, a sudden awakening, where you realize survival is not the same as living. That penguin reached his Satori. The second lesson is absolute focus. At one point, a human stands directly in the penguin's path. The penguin does not stop. He does not panic. He does not even acknowledge the obstacle. He simply walks around it and continues forward. The Japanese call this Fudoshin, the immovable mind, a state so rare that warriors trained for decades to achieve it. A mind that has already decided. When the narrator says the penguin would turn back again, no matter what, he is describing the highest level of clarity a human being can reach. The third lesson is silence. Notice what the penguin never does. He never explains, never defends, never seeks understanding. The samurai had a brutal phrase for this, moku, to kill with silence. Here is the truth most people never hear. If you are still explaining your choices, you are still asking for permission. That penguin's silence was not weakness, it was completion. The fourth lesson is death. Samurai practiced Chini Kagugo, the daily readiness to die, not because they wanted death, but because understanding death removes fear. Society shows you the middle of life, career, marriage, comfort, but it hides the end, because if you saw the end clearly, you might refuse to live a borrowed life. That penguin understood something deeply human. Walking toward the ocean would not save him from death. So he chose to walk toward something that felt true, even if it cost everything. He never reached the mountain, but 15 years later, millions are still talking about him. A bird that could not fly, yet taught humans how to walk. So here is the question I want you to think about and answer in the comments. If you knew the path you are on leads nowhere, would you have the courage to turn around, even if it meant walking alone? I am reading every comment. Please, if you like the video, do subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up. Thank you for watching.